Let's have a look here. Hello. Hey, good morning. Geez, you guys so early. I haven't even started yet. YouTube shoot center. I'm looking for the right colors for the skin tone. Thank you. Now, there's coloring. Yep, that's the one. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we did the drawing last time with the shape, and today mostly is about the color. Um, and I found one of the mysteries the last time I saw this photo, because I'm drawing from a reference, that there's a weird finger sticking out from the side of it. Now I know who that is. That was Gojo's finger. I found the full illustration, and that was, it's got Gojo's details on that. So yeah, kind of makes sense. All right. Now there's like different part of the body and different part of the skin. I want to use slightly different shadings on the face and the hand. The hand is covered with this weird energy bubble. So the hand color is going to be slightly lighter than the rest of it. It's complicated, this one, but I hope we can work it out without too much issue. Um, I'll be, I'll be. Don't worry about art supplies. Art supplies is something that's, it's just out there. You can use pencil to draw some really good stuff. I remember one of my favorite YouTubers, uh, yeah, what was his name? Shadow Artist. He's only just got a ballpoint pen and he does everything perfectly fine. Yeah. Don't worry about the material part. It's not, it's always, an extra thing. You yourself, your own skill, it's more important. All right, let's get things sorted. You're welcome. Okay. Face color is always easy. Small difference between the surface though. The wood surface, you do have a wood grain there, so your coloring is not going to get perfect in the first go. You might need to give it like 2 or more layers of shades of colors before you can achieve the result you wanted. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Kaiser. I hope so. Oh, you know what? I just drew Deku yesterday. I drew Deku yesterday. I just haven't got the time to edit the video yet. Yeah, yeah, I did that. That was a short, but it's not a full frontal one. I actually did the back of Deku from the trailer, from the last season's trailer. But I really like that drawing. It was so quick and it was so fun to draw. Yeah, I quite enjoy that. Thanks for your suggestion, mate. Okay, face. Color does look a little bit yellowish. Um, well, I guess that's because of the. Okay, I'm gonna use another color for the darker skin tone. Tutorial. Yeah, oh, you're gonna spend a lot of time to watch streaming. That's great. Thanks. I really wish you'd be there. Tutorial. Yeah, tutorial is not something that I'd do. um, there are tons of really good tutorials. At the moment, my shorts, my YouTube videos mostly focus on my own little drawing, and sometimes I'll do reaction videos of the tutorial or some like recreating the tutorial type of thing. Yeah, I'll look for good tutorials and I'll share that with you guys. Because I think that works really well. There's so many good tutorials out there, I had to say. Yeah, the color is a little too. Um, I'll change that to 16. 16 might work. I'll change that to 16. The color I used earlier was a little too yellowish. Yeah, this works better. I will have to wait till the area that I'm about to paint is dry, because at the moment the color kind got together. So I'll come back to it, but I'll remember 16 is the color I'm gonna go for instead of 6. 6 is just way too yellowish. But maybe I can use 6 for some other purposes. Should I do 27 for the darker shade? Maybe I should. Yeah, if you have a art channel on IG, that's a good thing. Like Instagram is good. Okay, that color seems fine. For a bit of shadow here. Now I'll do the other skin tone for the hand. I'm gonna work on this one. As I mentioned earlier, the hand color is going to be a little brighter, so I thought I'll use the brightest color I can find for the skin, which is 19. I hope 19 works. Hmm. Seems like 19 has a really weak coverage. Might have to do it twice for each of the shades. Yeah, it seems okay. Yeah, do some sketch if you don't feel like that, that's okay. But yeah, sketch is something good. We should always do. So I guess what happened to this one is when I finish coloring, I still need to go back and get a liner or black marker to trace the outlines of everything, because the outline at the moment is really fading away. So yeah, that's pretty important for me to do it. Okay, that's an interesting question. No, I wish I can answer you that. 27. I guess just be real. Like, just be a real um, yourself. That would be good enough. Yeah, be yourself. If you like somebody, it must because you like certain features of them, right? And you just tell them that, and that'll do. Just tell them the truth. And don't pretend. If you pretend to be someone else, or you pretend to be like a lot clever or a lot smarter than what you really are, well, at the end, you know, everything would show. So try not to pretend, I guess. A note, uh, yeah, that works too. But talking to someone is more better, I guess. Ah, you know what? I'm certainly not the type of people who should give suggestions about that. All right, I'm happy with what I see here for this hand. I'm gonna use the same color for the other hand. It's a smaller one, but it's also wrapped around in this energy bubble. So yeah, it's gonna be the same color. Small mistake I had here. Actually, I had a part of the skin of this hand exposed, the wrist area, on outside of the energy zone. I should have included that, but I guess that's okay. Go back to S16. That's gonna be a 16 color here. Okay, got that sorted. Go back to S16. I'll redo the face with some slightly warmer color. Oh, thanks. Yeah, getting there. You're not in the same class, okay? Gee, how did you find her in the first place? Okay, that's tricky. Okay, that's good. I have done this part here. Done this part here, and I'm happy with the face effect so far. And the shadows on the face seems good too. So yeah, that was a good one. 27. Shadows on the hand needs to be a little more defined. Yep. And that will do. Now the face is getting there. I'm happy with it. Yeah. The other kind of tricky part for this illustration is I don't really see the actual colors of the body, especially his clothes, apart from the very strong red color at the back. Whoa, okay, that's a very special thing. Yeah, you should treasure her totally. Is it tricky to draw the glow? It is definitely tricky. I haven't really figured out how to do this part. So my strategy is this. I'm gonna color everything outside of the glow in like normal color, and everything inside this like glowy bubble with lighter color. And if it's possible, I'm just saying if it's possible, when I've done that, I'm gonna use color pencil to do a little bit of shading of the glowing bubble thing to make it look like it's kind of connected, or glowing, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry if I confuse you. um, I hope I don't confuse you. Yeah, but that's the way I'm gonna do that. I'll work on the hair now. I'm looking for a color for it. Yeah, it's tricky. It's not like you can't achieve that. It's just a bit tricky to do. Mhm. Plus, this illustration itself has a lot of things I need to alter. For example, Gojo is next to him, like uh, doing Gojo's move and energy thing, and it kind of blocks his way. So yeah, so there's like two type of energies mixing together. Basically, two type of glowing effect mixing together. 10, yeah, it's almost 10. It's 9:40 a.m. here in Australia. Um, Here in Sydney, actually. If you are in Perth or some other cities, Darwin, they have different time. In Sydney, we're about to get 10 a.m. Sometimes I just don't like the idea that we are in front of other part of the world a lot. Of course, you'd argue that people in New Zealand would be more like they're already in the future. Especially on the weekend when I look at the you know how many hours do I still have on the weekend? And when I found that people in America they just started their Sunday, I was like, oh come on, this guy's still got another days to go. I just realized something. The color I picked for the hair was not a lot brighter than what I'm doing right now. But once you apply it, because the wood surface can kind of suck the ink into the fiber of the wood. Um, so somehow this made the color a little darker there. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think so. You know what? I really think so. I think that time travel, especially when you travel like towards backwards. Like if I'm flying to America, like after 15 hours of fly, I'll be still at the same time when I started. How ridiculous is that? Or how fun is that to think? Okay, so you'll be fine. Okay, don't worry. Just go, and you're gonna have to do this eventually, right? You will need to talk to them. So go for it, and maybe she's waiting for you to say something. You never know. Holy, do you like thick or thin noodle? My God, I like thick noodle. Yeah, I like thick noodle. Um, thin noodle is not my thing. But that's a tricky question because, yeah, my mom likes thin noodle, I guess. Um, oh, udon is good. Totally. Yeah, thin noodle is good. Like the flavor of the broth is always in there, which is good. Mix very well mixed with soup. If you know how to cook it, it's even better. The color is not dark enough there for the hair. I need to find a color that goes slightly darker than that. But that's okay. At the moment, I'll just keep it like this. Um, I think another darker color I have compared to what I'm using right now is going to be just black, which is not something I want to use. Okay, kind of works. Hello. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the proportion. We spent 2 hours to work on the shape of it. Oh, hang on, 40 minutes more like. So yeah, it must be good. Thank you. Thank you, Leah. Um, all right. I hope well, I think we get the face kind of worked out. Now it's time to move on um to the other part, the other color around. There's actually not much color around. I've got some red colors on here. Um, I need two of the red, the standard one, and a darker one. Like darker colors here is always a bit tricky to find. Um, but I think I just found a good candidate, so I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah, uh, yeah. At the beginning, everyone think Yuji is the main character, but then it feels like Gojo is the main character, and then it feels like Yuda's the main character. So you know what? I think Gege is confused too. If you read the review or the interviews of Gege towards his character, he has really strong um like kind of hatreds against Gojo. I don't know why, but he does that. So yeah, he think Gojo kind of steal the thunder of Yuji and made Yuji less of a important character, and that is why he wants to kill Gojo at the last part um, of the manga. These are like pen markers. Yeah, Gojo's been overly popular. It's because he's nice, handsome, more mature and fun, and powerful and everything. So whatever label you can find, you can put on top of him. Is just perfect. But for anime, you can't have a perfect people to be the main character. Um, well, I'm not saying you can't because yeah, I shouldn't say you can't because solo leveling you almost have a perfect guy to be the character, but in solo leveling the main character grow. Okay, he learn new abilities and he becomes better and better. But Gojo's ability is just there. It kind of shows you a bit of his different ability every time you see him. Instead of him go through certain kind of things and becomes stronger, that part, I think Yuji Itadori is the main character. If you like consider a main character of a story, will have this type of a growing path, then yeah, totally Yuji Itadori. Gojo is not. Gojo just have everything, like born with the power. Can you imagine something like that? Yeah, is talented. Totally, is absolutely like the best, the goat. I'm happy with the red color. The red color looks pretty good, and I mean the dark red color, looking very nice. And I'm using light red color now. Such a strong color. Oh my god, so satisfying. The red color is really strong. Um, Drawing YouTubers in anime. Yeah, I can give it a go. I think that's a good idea. You know what? I think that's a good idea. You one of the yeah. Look, who doesn't like Gojo? Everyone likes the stronger guy. There's nothing wrong with it. We all like powerful characters there. Like if you think about Kakashi in Naruto, right? He's pretty strong too. Well, people usually compare both of them. Um, but Kakashi has more depth, I think. And you know what? I saw one of the comments in my video. Somebody actually mentioned that they think JJK, apart from fighting part, the story is really average. Um, I have to say I kind of agree with that. um, but look, I'm just there for the fighting part, so I don't really care if they if the other things are average. I just like their fight. That's it. Oh, if you never watched that, you should totally give it a go. Maybe not the anime, but on YouTube there are a lot of clips about the fighting scenes and everything. Go have a look. That it's really enjoyable. Yeah. But if you want to go through the manga or the anime itself, it just take too long, time consuming. If you got enough time to spare, totally go for it. If you don't, then maybe not. Maybe not for you. 53A is the color I want to use for the darker shades of the red. Great. Did you finish your note? Well, were you even writing your note? I'm joking. You don't have to answer me that. 27, 25. All right, I'm considering some lighter colors for the, yeah, C22, for the hat inside the glowing area. So I'm gonna use a very light red color here. Good on you. Black and white is always easy because you don't have to think about color. But color is emotion. I think in art, like color represents um, a lot of emotion. So I don't feel like I should ignore it, or you should ignore it. We all should like really think about how to make this look better. Um, yeah, you know what I think I'd like to share some ideas with you guys. Like this morning, I watched a video from Ed Sheeran, the famous singer and songwriter. I believe you guys all know who Ed Sheeran is, right? Um, the glowing part, yeah, the glowing part. I'm just gonna put colors that goes 1 degree lighter than everything else, and do a bit of shading on that. On this one. Um, Yeah, yeah. So I was watching Ed Sheeran's video of like behind the scene, how he produced the song, how he come up with the details of the song, like how he worked with his colleagues together to come up with something. I was really inspired of like how he actually um work out that, because he like I saw the process. He was sitting there humming the sound, humming the song, and I can kind of tell that he does not have a full theme ready. So he's just get a bit of ideas, and he has the harmony there, and he has basic bit of a little notes, jingles here and there, and he starts to hum that. And during that process, gradually he like add lyrics and add things here and there, and he twists things. And at the end, like the entire piece is there. Now, I think for me that is a very interesting process because I always feel like art it's we have a lot of things in common. Not saying like me and Ed Sheeran has things in common, but I think art has a lot of things in common that you or us as artists um, we tend to get inspired by lots of different things, so that the artwork itself will become interesting and become better. Like if you follow the process of coming up with something good and then like for me when I do artwork I like to think about what I want to draw, so who I want to draw, how do I draw him, what type of details I want to add, so everything's constructed before I actually do it. But when I look at Ed Sheeran's stuff, he doesn't really want to have things laid down and constructed before he had like um, the emotional part. So he always have the emotional part to start with, which kind of amazed me how people can work in that way. Because I feel like the little jingle he seen, they kind of represent his emotion, um, and that those things are quite important, quite powerful. And that's why I feel like next time when I create my own artwork, I'm gonna think about maybe I should start from like instead of thinking about who I'm gonna draw or what type of things I'm gonna draw, maybe I should think about what kind of emotions I want to give out and what type of colors I want to express this emotion with, so that I can do better. I certainly hope so. Um, what's my favorite song from him? My new favorite song is a little more, just a little more. I can't play it here, but yeah, you guys can have a look. Um, let me find the music video and I'll send you the link. Copy the link address. Yeah, so that's the song. That's the song I like for now. I like a lot of his songs, the old ones and new ones, but this is my new favorite. And this song is really interesting because if you just look at the lyrics or just listen to it, you don't really get what's going on until you watch the music video, and you like watch the another video that was done like 14 years ago, and you kind of connects the story and you're like, wow, okay, that's the idea. That was really funny. So yeah, strongly recommend, give it a go. Okay. All right, so that is the darker shades for the clothes, for his clothes here. I wish I don't have to trace after I've done everything. But it seems like there's still lots of small little imperfections around the edge here and there, so tracing will be a best way to kind of cover them. I mean, tracing the outlines. The name, just a little more by Ed Sheeran. Yeah, that if you click that link, it takes you there straight away. All right, now I'm happy with that part. I need to work on this area of his clothes as well. Hopefully the actual, we're gonna have to talk about that again. The actual artwork, this part is really weird. It's in this pink color. But I'm just gonna do the regular colors I can find here. Okay, so I have this one. Gonna find another little bit of a purplish color to show as a reflection. So this color would work. Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't realized that. I put it here. Yeah, so if you search that, you'll be able to find the song. Okay. All right, now this part. You know what? I still need to trace the line because it seems like this close part, if I don't trace line, I'm gonna miss all the detailed shapes here. Um, yeah, otherwise it's going to be a bit tricky to show. So, well, tracing it is something I can't avoid. I just have to do it. All right, now I'm picking. I need to pick two colors for the same kind of shading I did outside for the inside part. I have a candidate of 43 as the lighter shade, and I need a darker shade for that. Bit tricky. The, uh, the realism is something everyone has to go through with training. But yeah, in terms of style, it's dated, but I wouldn't say it's boring. It's just dated. Um, 33. That dude that plays in the video, he's the guy who played an important role in Harry Potter movies. Ron, Ron Weasley. That is him. He played Ron Weasley. That's why you found his familiar. No, no, don't think that way. It's not about creativity the way that this art exists. It's because people there's still so many people appreciate that. Yeah, we might not be our thing, but like there's still people likes it, so it exists for a reason. 43. I still need to find some color that goes with it. Um, I can't do 80 because that's really strong. 76. Oh no, that doesn't work. Yeah, I have nothing. I have nothing against it. I think it's still one of the very like good art styles that people want to pursue these days. It's just because it becomes quite easy to do these days now, and people think it's good. But some people like push it to like really extreme um, situation where when you see their work, you get hit instantly, and that's those ones are good too. You know what? I may just do a bit of a green hint in the middle. I don't know if it works, um, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna try. So I have two colors for that. I have this green and slightly darker green. I'll see if it works. Well, I guess if it doesn't work, we can always change it. So yeah, let's get things started. Yeah, hyperrealism or photorealism. It's someday, um, so it's something a lot of people appreciate. Actually, these days, I think artists get influenced a lot by their fans. Now, for example, if somebody draw like a hyperrealism work and all of a sudden his Instagram has like thousands of views instead of just like a couple of them, and he will think, okay, that's the way to go, and I'm just gonna do that from now on. And he will just continue doing that, which is absolutely normal. Because we all, these days, we all controlled by social media. Yep. You can't avoid the fact that we are all slaves of social media here. But the other thing about artists is they have to be just original and try to be themselves. That's, I guess, more important than anything else. Smudges a little. I don't know. Cartoons. I started with some very simple stuff. I like chibis and kawaii stuff, so I start from those ones, believe it or not. And plus, those ones are easy to draw. What do you start with? Okay, that's good. We're on the same page. Well, look, anime is something that a lot of people would like and would like to pursue, which is a good thing because not only you not only like consume the content, but you're also inspired by the art. And that kind of inspiration will become your energy to kind of push your art going further, which is always good. Okay, now this part, hand area, a little tricky, but it's doable. You know what? I'm gonna finish this soon. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with what I got so far here. There's a small area I don't really know what color to fill in, so I'm gonna use a very conventional method, which just gonna be gray. Okay, I'm gonna just do a bit of gray here. Hello. But I look it seriously into, yeah, well, um, yeah, I guess when you look at seriously, you will learn better, right? It become part of you, so you're gonna focus on the actual learning part. Okay, so I think I got most of these sorted. Yes, there are a lot of imperfections in the hand, but overall, I think I've got the idea of this glowing thing around him, and I want to create a glowing color as well. So these areas outside of the hand, I want to use a color to show that there's a bit of an energy thing going on. I really haven't decided what color I'm gonna do. It's supposed to be a very, very kind of vague color. Hello, in Osamu, Osamu Rhino. Hi. Yeah, tricky part. You're right. I'll try something in the corner first to see if that works. If it works, I'll continue with it. Well, it seems like it's working, so alright. I think this kind of energy, it does feel like the energy is glowing here, which is something I want to have. Okay, that works now. Uh, yeah, I totally will. I totally will. Look at these. I actually made most of the part glow in the glowing part with lighter colors, and that's something that you can always do. Make it lighter, and then after that, you just find a pencil and shade into the glow. Yeah, because the different type of glows here, this energy is kind of going inwards. So I wanna, yeah, I wanna perhaps do it in a different angle than the ones that go outwards. I think I did this part quite well. Gonna do the other one here. What type of glow do you usually draw? Yeah, I use the greenish color inside to make it kind of warmer. So that set up a different tone from the color I have outside. This energy bubble kind of works for it. Oh, by the way, what kind of background do you think I should do? Yeah, red color is the strongest, so I agree with you. Should I just leave it like wood grain or should I paint some other colors to make it look more interesting? Um, I kind of like the idea of keep it plain. But yeah, if you have different ideas, different suggestions, please let me know. I'd like to hear that. 32. I have 32 out, right? Did I? Yeah, that was 32. Oh, shit. I should not touch it. It's some areas still wet here. And a S16. Going back, reinforce the color on the face just to make it workable for the next part. Add his name in the background. Yeah, that's a good idea too. I was thinking about that on the back side when I did this one. And I was like, what should I add to the background? But I left it blank. So yeah, you're right. I should add something. Maybe the name is the one they go. Yeah, eyes, very important now. My God, what happened? I somehow have these feelings that most of you are actually seeing my videos quite delayed. There's a bit of a delay in between me talking and the response from the preview I have in my computer screen. Yeah, in the actual illustration that I'm referring to, I'm copying from, his facial expression is more intense. But because I get rid of most of the lines that we see here, he looks a lot more calm. Yeah, it's not that aggressive look. Doesn't have the aggressive look anymore. Yeah, that's a good idea. So correction pen is always, I think correction pen always works really well when you wanna, add highlights and stuff to certain part. Yeah, I totally get that. What type of correction pen is it? Do you use the one that looks like a bottle with a brush on the top, or do you use the one that like a pen, like an actual pen? Yo, I'm happy with what I got so far. So the next thing for me will be to to do the shade, do the outlines. Yeah, that's it. Do the outlines. Mm, okay. Might have to do the outlines first before I can draw the glow, but I kind of want to do the glow as well. So let me try something. Let me try something. Yeah, outline is almost outline time. Let me just try something real quick. I wanna test some possible potential method of doing glows. Okay, I mentioned I'm gonna use pencil to shade it in. I want to know if I can just use marker to do it, and this is gonna be a little different process. If I made it, then yeah, next time I can do something similar. I'm just gonna use my hand to smudge and build the kind of glow effects here. Mm, yeah, it kind of works. Thanks. I appreciate that. It's a little uneven. That's the thing I have right now. And plus I'm using a color that's very close to it. I want to test the next part, which is going to be a bit tricky. Yeah, this part is the color is very different. So it's easy for us to see the kind of gaps there. That's okay. I'm gonna try to frame these with a lighter shade, and then later on I'm gonna do something with it. So yeah, it should work. All right. Um, yeah, I should try that. I should try that. Mm, it kind of dried pretty fast, so I haven't got the chance to try it, and it's already dried. It's fine. I'll keep it like this. It's okay. For this purplish color, the flick works, but the flick would take too long to build. Yeah, and it doesn't really work on other colors. So I'm still gonna roll back to my pencil once this is done. See, this part works. Okay. I found a better way. If I use the side of the brush to draw the stroke and then wait till it's dry, and then I'm gonna go over that again with the tip of the brush to give that a little more intense color, it will look better, will look good. What color pencil do I use? I just like um, Prismacolor. I use that. But if I use Prismacolor here, it's going to be it's gonna get a little smudgy. So I'm not sure if that's something I want to use for this one. I might just, instead of using that, I might just use another color to draw like a little even brighter line outside of this current line I'm drawing. So basically I've built up two layers, this one and another lighter one outside, and hopefully this would create a good glowing effect. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Especially in between the two colors. Now I'm gonna just try what I mentioned with a lighter color, with like a white. I'll see if this works. Yeah, it seems okay. So it's like I've given this in three tones: the light blue, the purplish color inside, and then I have this white outside for the glow. If I add these three together, it will definitely deliver a good glowing effect. Yeah, it seems like it hits the point, so it works. I'm gonna just use the other one. Um, I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other side. Now the reason I did that is because if I can use color pencil as a blend, but if I really use that, what I might end up facing is the surface of this box becomes very fragile. Then I can't use it anymore because pencil lie smudges, right? But this is more permanent. The marker lie is more permanent. So it will probably work better this way. At the end of the day, I'm still going to use this as a box, as a regular box that I can put my pictures and tools and other things in there. So it needs to serve the function as a box. make you a mod. What type of mod? Hey Ruja, how you doing? Glad to see you here. I just knocked down one of my pen. We're gonna pick it up. Hello. Now after the white, the one last thing to do is going to be my outline. I'm still going to use the black fine liners I usually use for different artworks, and that's gonna give a nice punchy look. All right, okay, I'm happy with the glow effect I got so far. It's making a pop. It really made a pop, and I really like that. So yeah, gonna move on to the next part. Can you see it? Hope you can see it. I'll see if I got time. If I do, yes, I'll add that. If not, I'll just gonna give that a black shading. Oh, sorry, black outline, and we'll call it off. Because it's already round for, geez, an hour and 30 minutes. Very long time. Okay, so which black am I gonna do? I want to do a 0.5 for this one because I want to make it a little more intense. So 0.5 will be a good option. Especially on the face and hand, of course. The other area, I don't know if I need it. Maybe I do, but I'll do the important part first. I'll do the face first. And then I will move on to some other areas. Okay, so just And I continue here. Mm. Yeah, it is annoying. I try to eat healthy, but every now and then the unhealthy food will just pop in, and yeah. A small amount of self-indulgence is always important. I have to say that tracing is pretty boring and require you to spend like 100% or even more of your energy. but it is also very effective in order to make the artwork look better. And while I'm tracing, I actually realized a couple of things. For example, I forgot to color his button here. There's like two buttons there. Thanks, Ruja. Ruja start our promotional part. Okay, so basic body part are almost down. There's just like little bit here and there. And yeah, I guess the most important part that I need to focus on is the hands. Okay, so I'll finish that first. Should you outline the glow? Good question. The actual artwork they've used like really dark black lines to outline the glow. I think I might try that. Um, yeah, I might try that. I think you're right. I'll give it a go. But yeah, I'll focus on the arms and hands first. Yeah, I totally will. I should. You're right. I should outline that glow part, but not with the pen I'm using right now. Instead, I will get myself a brush. So I'll use a brush to trace it. Or maybe not a brush, maybe just a brush tip marker to trace it. That would work. Because I do have black markers in the same range. Keeping them the same would help to preserve the surface of the artwork. That's that part. Ruja, you're always so funny. Okay, this hand, one last one here. Yeah, I think the idea of like tracing the glow is to make it has very strong contrast. But that seems like it's not the purpose of the tracing from the illustration I'm copying from, because in that illustration the yeah it was traced by a really dry kind of dry what do you call that, brush, yeah, dry brush effect. It's just not the same. Phew. Okay, that is top corner of the screen. How do I do that? Yeah, that's a good idea. How do I do that? I can put it here, but every time I change camera views, it would change. I can just put it here, right? Can I? No, but I can't really hold it forever. Um, I'll work out a way of doing that. Yeah, because I'm streaming with my phone, so it's not like I have some really advanced technique thing. Uh, how do I show you? I want to show you that too, so we're on the same page, so you know what I was talking about. Because I feel like a lot of time when I refer to the things that, because you guys can't see it, so you don't know what I was talking about. Maybe I should stream on like OBS or something. Because I basically just set up my phone here. This is my own mobile phone here, and connect that to a cable, so it's not gonna die halfway off stream, and that's all I have. Is there a function I can do on my phone? Can I do a different thing? What's this button do? What does this do? No, no, crap. I just clicked a button and says 49 seconds of my video will get sent to my channel and becomes a short. Crap, I wasn't really expecting that. Okay, I'm gonna delete that short later. When you stream on apps, yeah, I'll try that because I was not a very technical person when it comes to streaming software. Wrong button. Okay, so that's not what I should do. I should do something different. Never mind. I'll work it out later. Okay, so as suggested, I'm gonna go back to a black pen, and I will use the black to trace the outline of the glow again to make it work. Hopefully this will work. Gonna hold my breath for it. I'm gonna hold my breath for it. Oh, it was unlisted. Okay, that was good. Okay, so yeah, I kind of like the result. What do you think? Yeah, I like that. It's um it's very close to what I want to do with this one. See, that's quite like a dry brush effect. So yeah, that kind of works. Well, at the end of the day, well, that was a digital art, and this is like a hand draw, so something very different, I guess. Hmm. Okay, so last bit at the bottom part. Oh my God, that's it. I am I am really happy about what I got so far. So that is the entire piece. I'm gonna edit the little, bits and pieces of shorts and send it to the short feed. But yeah, so far I really like this. I enjoy what I see. I hope you like that too. Yeah, it's a long process, but we get it through. All right, well, that's the end of the drawing. I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoy this drawing myself too. So I got two sides here now. This is the entire completion of whole box here. And yeah, I'll see you next time in um next stream. Okay, bye everyone. Thanks Wade and thanks Ruja for you guys chatting with me. And thanks Worker B number 5. All right, bye. See you later.